The sights and the sounds are part of the International Black Latino Society. I'm Michael Real, and this is RealRenews.com. Juanita, tell us about the International Society of Black Latinos.
Well, we started the organization. Melissa is one of the founding members, and my husband, 10-10-10, October 10, 2010. Because pretty much Melissa and I and some other girlfriends, being out and speaking Spanish and always getting asked, why do we speak Spanish opposed to where we're from that we speak Spanish? And one day it bugged us so bad that we were at my house and we sat there and talked for hours. And another friend of mine, Tony Wafer, every time we went to an organizational meeting with Latinos, he never saw us around, us being Black Latinos. And he would say, you know, I know you guys are around because I know you. So Melissa, Maritza, and a few others, Lesbia, we decided to sit down and, you know, just do something. I'm an action girl, so I just, you know, let's get it started. I'm an organizer, and that's what we did. My husband helping me out because he's done a lot of grassroots organizations. I just kind of got started, and here we are today. 2 years later, a little over 2 years. We've been doing great.
Melissa, talk about the excitement of the organization. What a great afternoon we're experiencing. Tell us about the excitement.
It's definitely exciting just because of Afro-Latino deliciousness. We can't help it. We really can't help it. And so we're bringing this tropical flavor to this event so that people can start getting a sense for what we're about. And when we give presentations, we do exactly the same thing. We're a little bit short of bringing a band to a classroom.
Okay.
But, you know, we really want to convey, you know, the layered flavor of Afro-Latino culture. We do it with music, we do it with food, we use film clips. You know, we use multimedia when we do a presentation so that it gives people different angles about who we are.
Oliver, for you, talk about your passion in this organization.
Well, the passion is there because prior to even knowing my wife, I'd been to Cuba, I'd been to the Caribbean countries, and I fell in love with it. And as an African American male, those things that both my wife and Melissa talked about, the food, the music, the culture, the people, the rhythm, it was a part of my life before I met my wife, but it became a natural thing once I did meet my wife and got married to continue doing what I was doing, what we were doing, and so it was a natural growth of our passion for the love of the culture. That's why I'm part of it and why we are doing what we're doing.
When we hear about Cuba, a lot of things come to mind. You've been to Cuba. What is it like, and how does it relate to the African American experience here in the States?
You know, Cuba's a different place. It's a beautiful place. It's to me, one of the most beautiful places in the world. One of the best resources of Cuba is the people. And as an African American going to Cuba, the first time I stepped on the soil, I felt like I've been there. This is home for me. It's something very natural, you know. And it's the life of the people, and that's the beauty of it. And so, coming from America, going to Cuba, and seeing this group of people who live in a different world, but we're still interconnected, and we are able to share the beauty.
Juanita, what should we take away from this event this afternoon? We're in beautiful Southern California. It's beautiful all around. beautiful people, beautiful setting, wonderful home. What should we walk away with today from this event?
Well, the culture, the music, the people, the love, Caribbean people, us, Cubans, Panamanians, Costa Ricans, Peruvians, Colombians, we all, as well as your African American. It's all about the music, it's all about humanity. It's all about us learning about one another. So what I am just proud of, and I've been hearing it over and over, just this lady that came by, she's from Venezuela, she said she's so happy to be here because it's the flavor, from the Caribbean, where we come from, that was brought in from Africa. And so we are proud Afro-Latino Americans. And the fact that people are learning about us is what I love that they're taking away from us. And what we're working hard for is the education, to educate our kids how to respect one another, your culture diversity, and how to appreciate where we come from and where we are. I promise this is one of the last messages here, but I just want to say thank you again for coming out, and thanks again to our sponsors, Trader Joe's, Stack Wines, Nora del Asador Restaurant, ISBL, Alma del Barrio, Canto Tropical, our wonderful host here and the owner of the home, Derek.
Derek, talk about this home. Give us the background on it.
Background, well, it's been a long journey, about 23 years, and the house was basically a tear down, and I took many years dealing with the city, etc. And my architect right here helped me through it, and finished the house back in 2009.
How important is it for you to have the International Society of Black Latinos be a part of this home and to feel the vibe and to feel this community?
Well, that's a great question because I'm about the only white guy here, but I was raised in a very my father was very geographically international, so it was all about people, judge a person by their character. And so when Umberto asked me to do it, I was more than happy to welcome my house, because I think we're all the same underneath it all, no matter what it is, and it's about time we get it all together.
When I was walking through the house, Roberto, I could feel a vast array of cultures taking place in the architecture and in the design. Tell me what went into this home.
Well, I lived in Italy for a while, and of course I come from Cuba, so I know the ocean is part of my life since I was a kid, and I grew up in England, so I was so I saw Funkadelic at the Forum, so that can date me right there.
Sure.
So, but no, I think the ocean is always a calling, and there's nothing more beautiful than the water. So one of the things that was important was to give as much view to as many rooms as we could within the constraints, because it's a very small lot. So I think that was it. One of the main things on the front is to get as many openings, windows, doors. So each room, even from the back rooms through an opening through another room, everybody can look at the ocean. With the exception of the bedroom, it doesn't have that one back bedroom and the bathroom. Everything else has a direct or an indirect view of the ocean on the first level. In the second level is the master and the master bathroom that has the views to the ocean. And actually you can sit in the tub, you can stand in the shower and see the ocean, and you can even go into the potty and see the ocean because we have a big window in the potty room. So everybody gets a shot at the ocean, so everybody's happy.
How important is it that we cross culture and mix and find out and learn about each other's culture?
It's very important. Being from Chicago, at a very young age, going to Africa, trying to understand my roots. Immediately opened my diaspora up to not just Africa but the world. From there, I visited the Middle East. After the Middle East, I began to go to more Latin countries, and presently I'm associated with the Black Latinos Association, and that association is just absolutely mind-blowing, very rewarding. The importance of that group in particular is the exposure of the Afro-Latino in the United States as well as the diaspora around the world. For an African American, for the world in general, is something that's been missed. And I think the importance of exposing that, people experiencing that and understanding the links of all these different cultures, I think will make the world a better place.
Good.